Yes people, what is good? I am BA back once again with a new reaction to a new TV series. Now you might be saying, BA, it's Saturday. I thought you did a movie on Saturday. I do usually, but to be honest, my well's running a little bit dry with movies that I'm really eager to see. I will still be making an exception every now and again on Saturday and bring a movie back into it, but I'm planning on running 2 TV shows simultaneously just now with the Wednesday and Saturday days. And I've been really looking forward to seeing The Last of Us, and I thought it was a great one to start the Saturday TV shows with. It's short, it's only 1 season just now, only 9 episodes. If there are more seasons in the future, I will go back to it, but just now I'm keeping it Season 1. I'm a big fan of Pedro Pascal. I loved him in The Mandalorian, I loved him in Game of Thrones, and I believe the actor playing the girl in this is also little Lyanna Mormont from Game of Thrones. So we've got Lady Mormont and the Viper teaming up together in The Last of Us. Now what do I know about this show? First of all, let me get it out of the way. I am an Xbox person. I'm aware this is a PlayStation exclusive. I'm aware PlayStation owners are quite elitist in their mentality and quite negative towards Xbox users in general. But I would like to say I'm more hardcore than the PlayStation fans of this show. Why? Because I knew about cordyceps fungus from David Attenborough's planet Earth long before The Last of Us ever dropped on the PlayStation. I saw those ants get infected by the fungus, I saw what it did, and when The Last of Us came out I was like, no way, they're basing how the zombies occurred on the cordyceps fungus, which I already know about thanks to David Attenborough's planet Earth. And if you're not from the UK, David Attenborough is basically the wildlife OG. His documentaries are some of the best ever made about nature, and if you're not from the UK and don't know about David Attenborough, do yourself a favour and check out David Attenborough's Planet Earth. It is incredible, but if you like it, go through his entire catalogue. Every single one of his documentaries focuses on a different aspect or region of nature, and they're all incredible. So yeah, I'm more old school than you PlayStation mofos, because I knew about cordyceps fungus long before it infected your little zombies, alright? And yeah, aside from that, I know the general gist of the show. It is a man with a girl who I don't think is his daughter trying to survive a zombie apocalypse. The post-apocalypse in general is my favourite genre. I love all post-apocalypse stuff, from Fallout to Mad Max, Book of Eli, A Quiet Place. There is a bazillion post-apocalyptic things that I love. It's definitely my favourite setting or playground for characters to go through. I guess because it's like free range. Everything is lootable. You can go in any abandoned shop, any abandoned house, find little treasures and trinkets that help you on your journey. It seems incredibly enticing to me. I'm aware in a real world post-apocalyptic scenario, if you grazed your leg without medical attention or the correct medicine, you'd be dead. That would be the shit part about it. You would need to get a doctor on your crew. If the apocalypse ever breaks out, the first place I'm going is to my local hospital and kidnapping the top doctor in the facility. He's joining my team. But yeah, I can't wait to get into this, so let's check it out. This is episode 1, season 1. The Last of Us, and it is called When You're Lost in the Darkness. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it.
I presume the prospect of a viral pandemic keeps you up at night as well?
No.
No?
No.
All right, well, that's our show.
That's awesome. I forget that actor's name, but he's been in so many things. Wasn't he in The Mummy even? This dude's been in loads of shit. Side note, I think he's a Scottish actor. Reppin'.
Fungi who seek not to kill, but to control. Let me ask you, where do we get LSD from?
That's actually quite a crazy point, that both of those drugs are extracted from funguses. And obviously the cordyceps fungus is the most terrifying. I don't want to go into all the things it does when it infects a species, but you can look it up on YouTube, it's crazy.
It keeps its puppet alive by preventing decomposition. How? Where do we get penicillin from?
Fungus.
That is creepy as fuck. I never thought about any of those points before.
Cordyceps, aspergillus, any one of them could become capable of burrowing into our brains and taking control, not of millions of us, but...
Alright, calm the fuck down, absolutely terrifying intro man. I'm about to watch the rest of this shit in a hazmat suit.
So if that happens...
we lose.
But I mean, if someone's gonna conquer humans and take over the Earth, I'd like to see it be fungus. At least they were there with us, watching, biding their fungal time. until it was time to strike. You gotta give respect to the victor in these scenarios. All empires fall, and the fungal empire will be one I personally will salute. That was a cool intro scene as well, just laying out the science behind what is about to happen. They don't need to go into it any further than that. They can not touch on the cause or science of it the entire rest of the show, and that opening scene just explains everything you need to know.
Where's the pancake mix?
Oh, was that? Yeah, it was. Sorry.
I was gonna make you birthday pancakes.
He's delivering his dialogue in that Mandalorian tone.
You get your homework done? Fractions?
She looked at him like, who the fuck are you kidding? I'm the homework master.
Hey, you still alive, you old fucker?
Oh, he loves you.
He's dependent on me.
That's when you know they're real friends.
We can't frame until we pour. We're not getting paid until we frame.
Well, we could bring someone else on, get the job done faster.
No.
Is he a contractor then, or just like a building site workman? Is she stealing money? And a watch? I didn't even realise she was stealing multiple things. I thought she was just admiring the watch. No, theft.
We got a lot of extra here. Y'all want some biscuits?
Dad, you love biscuits.
They seem like friendly neighbours.
You know what? We gotta run. Sarah will be by later. She'll stay as long as you want. Tell you all about Atkins.
He definitely won the duel of who has to spend time with him. Combat veteran. Is that Pedro Pascal or the other guy who was driving? Maybe both of them. That was some crazy sound design there. I don't know what that was supposed to represent. Was it just that she was so zoned out from the teacher, small, minute noises were more of a focal point to her? That's a lot of clocks. This guy knows what time it is.
It's a spring. I'll do it right now.
Ah, she's getting the watch fixed. Okay, so maybe she's not the thief I mistook her for.
We're closing.
Huh?
مشان تسمع. We're done for today.
It's 3:15. We close at 7.
I've got a feeling this is the start of shit going down.
You should go home.
Either that or this woman's just coincidentally insane, but yeah, I've got a feeling that this is the beginning.
Hey, is everything okay? Like, on the news?
That's the first thing I'd want to know as well. In fact, I would have asked the woman telling me to go home. I'd be like, do you care to explain why you're in such a panic right now? I wonder what she's thinking right now. Is that old woman turning into one of the zombies?
Hey, Mrs. Adler?
That is actually creepy to think that, like, it's actually a fungus taking control of the brain. I don't know if she's died or turned into one of these zombies just now. Oh, thank God she left. I thought she was about to be the first death. You would definitely be worried if you saw deployed military planes zooming over your head like that.
You don't get your present.
You got me a present?
Swear.
All my life.
That's cool, she actually took the money and the watch to get it fixed.
Borrowed from the Adlers.
Oh, this is the one with the deleted scenes.
Yeah. Imagine I read this.
Nice. Looks like some cool ninja shit.
I stepped in, knocked him out, cops show up. Look, it doesn't fucking matter. You gotta bail me out.
Now?
This must be the guy he works with that we saw earlier. I think it is. Maybe it's someone we haven't met yet. I love the way they're doing this, by the way. They're showing it from quite a unique perspective of everything beginning, because usually the person's like right in the thick of it, but we're just getting like more and more hints of it via background characters and noises and things. Did he leave the house to go and bail out his friend and left her asleep in the house? I hope animals can't get it. This is crazy. The military has moved straight in.
Come on, Mercy, please. Mercy!
Listen to the dog and stay away from that house. fuck off. Don't go in this house, please. She went in the house. Oh, she's making such a bad choice just now. Turn around and get the fuck out of this house now. Such a shame, these were nice people. Oh, fucking run. Please, run. Run right now.
What are we doing, Joe?
As if they made the grandmother the first zombie as well. That's just cruel. Still, wrench straight to the head of the zombie grandmother. You're never too old to learn mechanics.
Hold on.
In a time like this, I mean, if you're running on the street, you have got to be a zombie. I'm not slowing down to get my face eaten.
Are we sick?
No, of course not.
Why did things blow up?
She's asking a lot of legitimate questions, but in rapid succession.
God. It's Jimmy's place.
Imagine just one day everything being normal and the next day someone you know's house burning to the ground with chaos going on everywhere. You would have to be so focused in the moment. If you allowed yourself to actually take in what was happening, you just wouldn't be able to do anything. I like how there's another car directly behind them, like, oh, that's not a bad idea, that.
Good for them, that's the highway we're trying to get to.
Keep moving, head north.
What? So all the highways to the city are blocked off, trapped in a citywide quarantine. There would be nothing worse than that if you weren't one of the infected people.
Maybe it's everywhere. Maybe there's nowhere to go.
That is definitely also a possibility. It's not an apocalypse unless it's everywhere. It's not an apocalypse if you can just, like, move away from the apocalypse, do you know what I mean? We've decided to migrate from the apocalypse. We're going to Spain.
Tell me you can't stop here.
You can see why in scenes like this. In a lot of post-apocalyptic movies, you see motorways with just loads of cars all, like, abandoned. And you can see how it begins and then starts to cause a pile-up where going on foot is probably easier. What the fuck? No way. That is crazy. That whole sequence was insane. Amazing choreography or digital effects or however they accomplished that long scene in the car there. I was wondering how these zombies were going to operate, so they straight up just like feed on the living like a classic zombie. Oh, shit. This is crazy. The one good thing they have on their side is that at least one of them has a firearm. Would be very helpful in a situation like this.
We can't leave him.
He'll be fine. Can you run?
No.
Damn, separated by burning cars. This is like Resident Evil 2. Yeah, probably take another alleyway. We'll go the long way, it's fine. Need a little workout anyway, you know. This guy has no balance. What a silly zombie. Who fired that shot?
Stop right there.
Oh, military.
Yes, sir.
No way has he just been told to kill them.
Sir. We are not safe!
What the fuck? Just told to shoot anyway. Wow. Oh my god, this is a tense as fuck episode. Thought he'd just shot him in the chest or something. Good shot by his friend also. No, she's been shot.
You're okay. Move your hand, baby. Move your hand.
Oh, that's fucked up, man.
I know.
Fucking hell. That's rough to watch.
I gotta get you off. Alright? You come on. I know, baby.
This is some really good acting by both of them.
Come on, baby. Come on.
What a fucking gut punch of a first episode. Cheers for ruining my day, Last of Us. then we're getting a 20-year jump cut. Oh, I'm kinda grateful there's a bit of a jump cut. That guy would have been grieving for so long, do you know what I mean? Some of the shots in this show are amazingly filmed. I wonder what the budget was for this show. HBO always brings high quality though. This person looks like they've been through some shit.
We don't want you falling out of the chair. What's your name?
I hope this kid hasn't been infected. Did that machine just test the person positive or negative for signs of the virus? I hope she's telling him the truth, but I get the feeling he's just tested like positive for the virus and he's just getting killed. I hope I'm wrong. Is that Pedro Pascal standing next to her? It is. Thought I recognised the edge of his head. The kid was killed. I thought that's what was happening. Imagine still having to be in your construction job in the post-apocalypse. The digging doesn't stop just because the world does. Get digging.
Street sweeping or sewer maintenance?
Which pays more?
That'd be the one with the shit.
Instantly showing the sacrifices he's willing to make a little bit of money. I would definitely not be wanting no post-apocalyptic sewage maintenance job. Go fuck yourself. I'm going on a post-apocalyptic unemployment list. There's people in combat armour still, but it doesn't seem like any remnants of the military have survived this 20-year time jump either.
Unauthorized entry into a quarantine zone. Each of you have been tried in a military court of justice, and each of you having been found guilty.
Unless that woman is like an example of the remnants of the military. They're certainly not following any sort of actual system of law anymore, hanging people. Were they cigarettes?
Oxy? Hydro. How old?
He's turned into a drug dealer, no way.
I need the bag back.
First time I've ever heard a dealer say that.
Firefly's been blowing shit up all week. Two of our guys got shot this morning. Boss has got us working doubles.
The Fireflies, is this some sort of rebel group towards the order in this place? I take it that was the symbol that was being graffitied over on the wall.
It's not like I planned on ripping you off.
How about we just let it go?
This is a strange conversation to meet two new characters. This looks like a room where people get killed in.
Guys fucked you up.
Yeah, so discipline them. Cut off her finger or whatever the fuck you want. I don't care, they're your fucking guys.
She's talking very casually for a person who is in a room expecting to be killed.
Yeah.
Who caused that explosion, or was that just sheer luck? Well, it worked out for her anyway. Hey, it's Lyanna Mormont, Lady Mormont of Bear Island. She's such a legend in Game of Thrones.
Count slowly and clearly from 1 to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Slowly and clearly.
She seems to have absolute contempt for these people. Are they holding her against her will because they believe she might be infected?
Fuck you.
Hold out your...
I instantly like her character. She seems like an absolute rebel. And it was cigarettes in the foil. A good bartering tool.
Hasn't been that long. It's been 3 weeks. It's never taken him more than a day to respond. I'm sure he's okay.
His pill suppliers went quiet. Shit, he was making a lot of good extra money or whatever those credits were for. That'll bankrupt his enterprise. It was such a good idea to do a 20-year time jump for the reason that, you know, whole different things have established themselves over the course of those years, such as the Fireflies, Raiders, Slavers, all these new gangs popping up in a state of chaos. Even having to keep his tools in a floor storage. Cinder blocks for a bed. Some of these shots are doing such a great job in world building. I think he's going to see 2 maps in a minute. 3 maps. Still wearing the watch. God, that was actually hard to take in, seeing that poor girl just get shot to death like that. Absolutely brutal first episode.
I was in federal lockup all day.
Federal lockup means that these guys must be the remnants of the government or army.
Get our cards back or the battery.
I need the battery, Tess. If I don't get to Tommy soon, he's gonna die out there.
So that one sentence puts everything together now. So she never got the battery back. He needs the battery for the truck so he can go see Tommy, the guy he's lost contact with, who I believe is the one also sending him them pills, maybe?
No, I promised Robert that you wouldn't hurt him. But I would very much like for you to hurt him.
She wants his ass kicked so much she's willing to go back on a promise just like that. Swore on it and everything. Nope, she'd rather see this guy get fucked up and then get their battery back.
We are in a war against a military dictatorship to restore democracy.
Are these the Fireflies?
We're taking that random girl locked in that room west.
Why is that random girl in the room so important? Why are the Fireflies all evacuating the quarantine zone? I have so many questions. Obviously, you're always going to ask a lot of questions when a new series starts, but what is the significance of the girl? Why is she that important that they want to take her west? That would be so shit. I can't wait till we find out the reason why they deem her so important.
You have a greater purpose than any of us could have ever imagined. So we're leaving tonight.
See, again, she has a greater purpose than anyone could have imagined. Is she immune to this fungal infection or something?
What I'm about to tell you cannot be repeated to anyone.
And you're not going to show us what she said to her. Oh, fuck you, The Last of Us.
Ready?
Question. For people that have actually played the games, is this how the game starts, with getting to play as both these characters, going through both these events, or are these events not covered in the first game? I'm genuinely interested, so let me know in the comments below what elements of the game were kept and what was created just for this show. Seems like it would be a fucked up start to the video game if you played through Joel for a bit, up until his own daughter was shot by an army officer. Is the game that much of a downer? Oh, so that's what happens when they die. And that'll be the deadly fungus everywhere on these walls. That was such good art design for the way the fungus has just overtaken that body there. Fucking hell, that was a good knife block. This is how they meet. She tried to stab him in the face.
Ellie.
She basically just hissed at him.
War must be going pretty shitty for you to be buying from scumbags like him.
Yeah, it kind of has been.
That looks like it could be a fatal shot to that woman's gut. Apparently it's the most painful way to die, so... It does also look like it kind of hit her in just above the hip on the side. She might be okay.
We were going to move Ellie out of the zone tonight. But we won't make it anywhere like this, not for a while anyway. You're going to do it.
Ah, so this is how it all begins. Please let me know what her purpose is. I'm assuming she has an immunity to it. That's my only guess. She's so volatile, but it's hilarious. I hope she chills out at some point during the series.
Joel.
Don't fuck this up.
It's always nice to hear the person sending you on a mission say that before you go off and help them.
Radio's a smuggling code, right? 60 song, they don't have anything new.
Ah, she figured out the radio code instantly. What a little smart ass. I didn't even know what was on that paper. She noticed instantaneously.
I've never been on the other side of the wall.
It's like Game of Thrones all over again.
You some kind of bigwig's daughter or something?
Something like that.
Not sure if I believe that. I think she was told in that scene where it cut away what makes her special. But I'm still batting for the theory that she is in some way immune or in some way has a cure to this problem. El Chapo would be proud of that hole in the dirt. Is that the guy he sells the pills to? I think he'll be okay because they're friends.
Get on your knees.
Just get on your knees. Just get on your knees.
He's not gonna fucking turn them in, is he? Or does he just want to do the tests?
I'm doing this by the book.
Jesus Christ.
Alright, what about...
She's gonna test positive for the virus, so that confirms my theory that she's carrying it but she's immune to turning from it or something like that. That's cool. He remembered the situation that happened with his daughter, so he went into action first before just being shot. I think that guy needs to take all the pills he bought previously.
No, I'm not sick. I'm not sick. I'm not sick. Look. This is 3 weeks old.
Ah, yeah, so I was right. What an epic shot that is. Okay, and that was episode 1 of season 1 of The Last of Us, When You're Lost in the Darkness, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, Lost in the Darkness, what did I think of that? That was a bit of a legendary start to this series, I'm not gonna lie. The entire first 45 minutes was so well paced and well done, showing how all this shit occurred. I was actually quite gripped, even from the very first scene, which went back to the 60s, where the guy was explaining why fungus was such a threat, all the things it was capable of. It instantly set all of that up in the opening scene, so you didn't need to ask any science questions about this disease from then on, and you could just enjoy the things that were actually happening to these characters we were introduced to. And what a brutal way to set it up. Like, we spent so much time with that girl introducing us to Hort and Joel and their nice neighbours and all of that, and just for it all to go so horribly, as if the grandmother was the first infected, first of all, feasted on the nice neighbours, then attacked the girl, and at that point I thought that girl was done for, but then Joel shows up, whacks her with a spanner, and they manage to get away, only for the military guy to just open fire on them, even though they'd said they weren't infected, and for his daughter to die by a brutal looking gunshot wound. That was just tough to watch, because like I said, they'd let us spend a bit of time with them characters. In the back of my head though, I was like, I thought this was the actor that played Lyanna Mormont on Game of Thrones. Who's this other girl? Even though I still wanted her to survive and shit, I thought maybe they got separated, maybe someone else looked after her. No, dead instantly, episode 1. Thanks for that, Last of Us. I was finding it so interesting and enjoyable, and then that scene came like an absolute gut punch. And I understand why we did the jump cut, because, like, literally, if that had happened to Pedro Pascal's character, he would have spent 2, 3, 4, 5 years moping, just miserable, trying to get over the fact that had happened. And the fact we just leapt 20 years in the future is obviously not necessarily dealt with a trauma, but we're at the point where he's managed to find a method of getting through every day and coping. And it also was good because a 20-year time jump allows us to establish new things like the Firefly Gang. And they were talking about raiders and slavers and this and that. Meanwhile, the federal military are still trying to take somewhat of a control over the situation. They literally have to sneak out of the quarantine zone. I think he just beat that guy to death, by the way. At first I thought he just knocked him out, but it seemed like he just bludgeoned him to death with his fist. And it's a shame really, because he's going to be out of pocket. That was one of his best paying customers. And yeah, the character of Ellie was set up cool. At first we didn't know why she was being held captive in this room, then we later found out it was the Fireflies holding her, and then we found out they had to take her west for some unknown reason, and slowly over the second half of the episode they unravelled the reason. And it is what I was thinking. I thought she must have been immune or something like that to do with the virus for her to have this level of importance in this situation. And yeah, she had the virus. Usually people don't last 3 days, I think she said, and she'd had it for 3 weeks, so in some way her blood work is special, and that's why they're trying to take her to this place west. I guess this place west is going to be some sort of scientific facility or something like that, trying to research a cure for the virus maybe, and they want to study her. I don't know, that's just my initial guess, but either way I found this episode so good throughout. I'm actually instantly gripped in this show, and it was a great way to end it as well, with just the three of them walking through that absolutely barren city with a collapsed skyscraper into another skyscraper in the background, lightning striking all over the place. Such an epic closing shot to an incredibly well written and well directed and well acted first episode. I'm pleased I chose to do this. I was enjoying reacting to movies on a Saturday, but I thought I really want to watch The Last of Us, and I'm kind of locked in just now reacting to Deadwood. So I thought I'm gonna have to sacrifice this Saturday thing, and as I said, my movie list for the moment was feeling a bit uninspiring. I'm definitely going to react to John Wick 4, that's a given, but no other movies are really jumping out to me just now, so I thought this was a good time to just do another short series on my Saturday, and I'm glad I chose it because I thought that first episode was incredible. There's nothing better than when a show is genuinely, like, interesting. Not just enjoyable or scary or this or that, but actually interesting, and I found this incredibly interesting. I was like gripped and asking so many questions in my head the whole way through. And that's when you know the show has a good job of making you an instant participant in the revealing of a mystery, and it makes it all the more enjoyable to watch. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next week. If you have liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below, and share this around to anyone you think might appreciate it or want to watch these reactions along with us. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and the channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.